Doctor Who has landed the Tardis with a double episode premiere. While we've watched episode 1, Space Babies, we're now in for a treat with a trip to the 1960s. Here's our Doctor Who The Devil's Chord review. The second episode stars Jinkx Monsoon as Maestro, a dangerous villain for the Doctor. Like the first episode, Showrunner Russell T Davies is the writer. However, director Ben Chessell takes the helm for this adventure with the Beatles. Spoiler warning, this is Nerdgasm's full review of Doctor Who The Devil's Chord. This episode is currently live on BBC iPlayer and Disney+, so if you've not seen it, go and watch it, then come back. Greetings everyone, I'm Jack and welcome to Tardis Central. If you want to keep up to date on all the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Tardis Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. As always, please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, because if you're talking about Doctor Who, then we want to hear about it. Seriously, what do you think of this episode? Tell us. The episode opens in 1925, with fictitious composer Timothy Drake teaching a piano lesson. After he plays the Devil's Chord, a tritone band since medieval times, the Maestro appears out of the piano. They immediately start chewing the scenery, with Monsoon stealing every scene they're in. It's very camp from beginning to an end, a delicious villain performance. They kill Drake, consuming music that was inside him, then playing the Doctor Who theme as it transitions into the intro. I'm convinced this episode only has 3 walls, with a 4th completely shattered. In effect, they've taken all the music away from humanity, starting in the 20s. The world's bleaker and people are noticeably more violent. Smog fills the air and the planet is literally darkening. It's clear that the Doctor needs to find a way to fix this, and they pick the perfect date, February 11th, 1963. This is the day the Beatles record most of their debut album, Please Please Me, at EMI, now Abbey Road Studios. The Doctor and Ruby have a lot of fun in the TARDIS. Great use of the new set's corridors for a nifty outfit change. They then dance away down the iconic Abbey Road crossing and crash the music studio to watch these iconic artists record, except the Beatles are playing terribly, as is Cilla Black. Even the orchestra is disorderly playing Three Blind Mice. Music as a creative medium is seemingly dead in this version of 1963. As the Doctor chats with Paul McCartney, it becomes clear that the music died out. Presumably as Maestro continued their reign of terror, they stole all the music from the world. Ruby's conversations with John Lennon similarly reveals how embarrassed they are to be recording music. It's a sad state of affairs, made much cooler through the appearance of recurring actress Susan Twist as a tea lady, and Maestro appearing as a reflection in all of the room's metal objects. In an attempt to bring music back to the world, the Doctor has a piano brought up to a rooftop overlooking London. The Doctor mentions living in Totter's Lane with Susan back in 1963, and that he doesn't know where Susan is anymore. Again, could we be heading for a Susan return? The Doctor says she's probably dead, but it is the first time the show has properly acknowledged her in a while. So many interesting characters have been name dropped over these 2 episodes, but I really wonder if we're headed for some long awaited character returns. That would be very nice. Ruby plays a theme on the piano, something she composed after a girl broke her friend Trudy's heart. Interestingly, the song she plays is known in the real world Ruby's theme, The Life of Sunday. It's nice to see a companion play their own theme on the piano. Very creative stuff. The Doctor figures out that Maestro is one of those vast powers beyond the universe. They're one of the Toymaker's legions, mentioned at the end of the Giggle. Speaking of which, Giggle also gets a mention. Maestro's a very powerful villain, and it's nice to see the Doctor actually scared and unsure what to do. One trick he has up his sleeve to escape involved using a sonic screwdriver to make everything completely inaudible. It's a pretty neat trick if I'm going to be honest. Ruby mentions that the world doesn't end in 1963, and convinces the Doctor to take her back to present. The last episode set in Christmas 2023, but Ruby's present is now June 2024. It's clear that Ruby's been a companion for a while now. The London they arrive to is devastated, completely destroyed. It reminds me a lot of Pyramids of Mars, and who doesn't like a 70s Doctor Who reference. Before they can get back, Maestro jump scares them with a jazz show. They introduce themselves as the child of a Toymaker. In creating a nuclear winter, the alien tones make music without the need for people. Their grandeur goals including destroying the universe by stealing the music of the spheres. They also trigger the TARDIS' Cloister Bell with a rendition of Saxon's theme on the piano, with some fantastic rainbow lighting on the roundels as they musically take control of the TARDIS. It's nice to see a very powerful villain creating serious trouble for the Doctor. Back in 1963, the final battle begins. The Doctor uses John Lennon's guitar to try and find a chord to banish Maestro. Before he can fully solve it, Ruby is pulled away by Maestro's music. Seeing the Doctor break the 4th wall saying, "I thought that was non-diegetic," was hilarious. The episode was a really lovely sense of humour. Breaking the window, the Doctor runs down the corridor, classic Doctor Who stuff let's be honest, to find Maestro. Ruby's tied up in the air. This is the Doctor's last chance to defeat the Maestro. There's a song inside Ruby, the only person left with music in their heart. It's Carol of Bells, again, with snow filling the room. Maestro seems baffled by this, saying there's something very wrong about Ruby. They name drop someone called the Oldest One, who Maestro says couldn't have been there when Ruby was born. The mysterious one who waits also gets a mention as Maestro gets dragged into hell, saying that they're almost here. So many exciting mysterious villains in the background. I can't wait to get some actual answers later in the season. Hopefully it's got something to do with Unit and everyone bands together. It'll be super cool. Having Lennon and McCartney find their lost chord was a nice choice. Seeing them work together was heartwarming. They're two of the best songwriters ever, so it makes sense they'd find it. After that, there's an interesting musical number featuring series composer Murray Gold on a piano, called Twist at the End. It was a little silly, but perfectly okay. Shame there was no real twist at the end of this. I had much better time with Doctor and Ruby dancing her way back to the Tardis, with the crossing turned into a keyboard. Kind of cool if that was a real thing. Well, that was our Doctor Who The Devil's Chord review. A campy adventure through the 60s turned into an absolute gem thanks to Jinkx Monsoon's Maestro. She really shone in the role, becoming one of the series' most memorable villains easily. I really hope we get to see more villains like this in the future. Generally superb stuff. The 60s setting was utilised utterly brilliantly, with the costumes and set design being absolutely gorgeous. In terms of series arc, we have a few more hints. There's something very powerful surrounding Ruby. We learned about the Oldest One, and we heard the one who waits is almost here. Ruby's story is definitely split over the next 2 seasons. I hope we take the time for each of these villains to have the spotlight. Even Maestro seemed a little scared of Ruby's power. I couldn't be more excited about this story arc, it seems so fun. Okay, so what did you think of Doctor Who The Devil's Chord? Let us know in the comments. And remember, if you want to keep up to date on all the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Tardis Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. For now, I've been Jack, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.